Hello again, guys. This is Commander Mr. Everything coming at you from the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, which is a Star Citizen organization. And if you're interested, we are looking at taking on some new members. So contact one of our members in the game, or contact us on Discord, or just drop me a message in YouTube, and then we'll coordinate. But this is a newsletter. This is our State of the Unit address. We do this once a month to let our members know what's new, what's going on, what's happening. All right. Let's start off with some news. 3.5 is out. Well, let's back up. It is already the 8th of May, and I'm sorry I didn't get this out closer to the 1st. I did record something on the 1st, and then when I went through and I edited it, and I was taking out all the bits and pieces that I didn't want to say, or that I was saying, or whatever, I basically chopped it up so much that I destroyed it, basically. So I decided I was going to redo it. And then it's just taken me a week to actually redo it. All right, so I'm sorry about that. It's taken me a minute, but here we are. 3.5 patch did come out. There were some problems with it, of course. You know, it's alpha, right? Star Citizen's got issues right now, and they will continue to have issues probably for the next year or two. I mean, it's just what you would expect from developing a game. You're always gonna have little bugs here and there. You're gonna have disconnects. You're gonna have server issues. You're gonna have whatever until they get it all ironed out, and that could take years. I don't know. Especially with some new features that they're adding, like server meshing and container streaming on the client side and the server side and all that stuff, right? So let's not bind culling and all that. So don't worry about, let's not worry about how the game plays, how buggy it is, or anything like that. That's not a concern of ours. A concern of ours would be, how many people do we have in the organization? Are we out there recruiting? Is there an opportunity for us to train now with each other and become better players, so that when the technical issues are worked out in the game, we'll already be ahead of the game, because we'll be used to having issues, and when we don't have issues, it should flow smooth, right? Okay. All right, so as an organization, we're kind of small. We don't have a whole lot of members. We're looking at less than a dozen members, and that should be an advantage. But it's not. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. It's an advantage in that we all should know each other closely. We should know each other's quirks and habits and style. But when it comes to who's online, when each other's online, it's a disadvantage, because there's usually not more than like 2 of us online at any one given time. So what we need to do is grow the organization. We need more members. We need people to fill the downtime, basically, so that when you log on, there's people from the organization on. When you play, or when we have or host training events, there will be people to actually participate in those training events during those time slots. Okay, so you knew this. That's nothing new. This is not groundbreaking. But what I'm afraid is happening is there's only like 2 or 3 of us that are logging into the game, and we're probably, as a whole, probably not logging in regularly, and we're probably not actively recruiting while we are in the game, right? I know I am. As you know, I stream Star Citizen every Friday night, no matter what, right? So every Friday night at midnight, you'll see me streaming. Is that a great time? No, that's not a great time, but that's a good time for me to stream based on what's going on in my home. Do I play at other times? Yes. Am I streaming at those times? No. But while I am playing, I make sure that I drop a little recruiting message. I'll put on there something like, welcome to Stanton. The 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron welcomes you, or welcome to the UEE. This is the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron here stationed in Stanton, or something like that. That lets them know, without being obtrusive, that there is an organization present on the server, the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. There is a representative of that squadron, you, whoever it is that dropped the message, and that if they were thinking, in their own mind, if they were thinking that they wanted to get into an organization, it gives them an opportunity to ask questions. Now, we could go a step further and say, hey, the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, or the UEE, maybe we could say the UEE is recruiting. Contact me, a member of the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, and for more details, or something like that. And I think I might switch to a more aggressive style of comment, but don't spam it, is what I'm saying. Don't, just pop it once. Anytime you play, just drop it. Just be subtle about it. Just boop, it's in the chat. You know, if you for some reason switch servers, which I do from time to time because the game crashes and I got to log back in, and then I wind up being on a different server, boop, I'll pop it in, right? And or if I play in the afternoon, boop. If I play in the evening, boop, right? And all that is a copy and paste, right? Actually, for me, it's not even that. I have it on a macro on my button. I have a macro on my mouse. So anytime I just log in, I just press that button, boop, and it posts this thing. Doop. So you don't have to do that. You can type it, whatever. It's only once, right? And I recommend doing this. We need to do this because are we on the forums? Sure. Are we on Reddit? Of course. Are we making YouTube videos? Of course we are. But those only get a certain amount of traction. They don't get a whole lot of traction. Why? Because how many people watch my videos? 6,000 people maybe? That's all I got. That's my subscriber base. So I've got 6,000, and I would say half of them, if not more than half of them, don't play Star Citizen. So maybe 2,000. Maybe half of those are already in organizations. The other half don't want to get into an organization. I don't know. So that's not my YouTube videos are there, but they're hit or miss, and then the forums, that's already done. It's posted, boom, over with, right? Reddit, posted. Now the Reddit and the forum posts are old, so maybe we can go in and update those, or maybe as a member of the squadron, you could go in there and post it. Right? You could make a recruiting poster. Please do. I recommend it. I highly encourage it. I can't do everything, right? There's only a certain number of hours in the day, and if we share those hours, then we can get more done. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's enough on recruiting. We need to post it in the game, because who do we want in the organization? People that actually play the game. We don't want some scrub that plays once a month or only plays when the patch comes out. That's not what we want. We don't want those kind of non-committed gamers, right? Okay, now let's step back a second and be realistic. The game's in alpha. The game's got issues. There's not a lot of people logging in. But that's bullshit. I think there are a lot of people logging in either to try out the game. They're signing up with new packages every frickin' day. I mean, look at the amount of money that CIG makes each month, and then divide that by about 150. Just say that's a game package. There's a lot of people signing up for Star Citizen. So what does that mean? They're probably logging in 3.5. Check it out. What's this planet people are talking about? What is all this? What is all that? I would like to recruit them. Finally, this is something that I have fallen slack on. I haven't done it in probably a month, and I'm sorry about this, but we all need to do this. We know we need to go to the looking for group or looking for organization site on Spectrum and look to see who's looking for an organization, because there might be people out there that have posted, "Hey, I'm looking for an organization who's recruiting," and we haven't touched base with them. So we need to touch base with them, and we need to do it at least weekly. Maybe go in there, check out, see who's posted in the last week, and if they've posted anything. If nobody's posted, then we're done. But if some Smokin' Joe was in there and he said, "Hey, I'm looking for an organization that's full of pirates," okay, we can ignore him, right? But if he says, "Hey, I'm looking for an organization, people that are, working with merchants, or maybe some escort missions or some exploration or whatever that we are normally going to be doing," Pompo message to him, say, "Hey, I'm part of the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. I noticed that you're looking for an organization. You should check us out. We're awesome," and blah blah blah, whatever he's asking for, right? Okay. Unfortunately, I haven't done that in probably a month and a half, actually, to be honest. I probably haven't done that, and I need to do that. I need to put up a reminder to do it the first of every week or every Sunday or something like that. Or maybe on my stream I could do it, because I stream every Friday. I could schedule it as part of my stream, even if it's only 5-10 minutes, because that's all it takes is 5 or 10 minutes. And then once I'm done with that, then I just log into the game and start playing, right? So I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Okay, if you are not logging into the game, why? It's awesome. The game. I mean, I don't expect you to play 24/7 every day. I don't expect that. I don't expect you to play every day. I don't expect that either. I do expect you to play at least once a week, to keep your skills current. This next week, well, tomorrow actually, I'm going to be setting up my X52, which I got 2 weeks ago. I tried using it last week, Friday night, and the buttons and the clicking and all that stuff just didn't work properly for me, and I wrecked and crashed, and the buttons weren't all set up. So I'm going to spend probably the entire stream just setting that up, testing it out in Arena Commander or something, just to make sure that the joystick works, and then we'll get out there and we'll fly around maybe if I've got time, because I'm only going to be on for about an hour or two. Okay, 3.5 is out, right? It's buggy, of course, but you've got ArcCore that I'm walking around in right now on the screen that you're looking at. You got ArcCore. You still have Hurston. You can go play on Hurston. There's a ton of missions. There's a new mission giver. There is, they did work on all the old mission givers. They refined where the missions are issued so that you don't have to fly across, one of the issues was I would be on Hurston and I would get a mission that was on Crusader, and who wants to quantum back and forth for these missions? Nobody, right? Especially if it's not paying very much. If it's paying 2,000 or 3,000 credits, then nobody's going to do it. But if it's paying 10 or 15,000, yeah, people might do it, right? They might spend the extra 15 minutes quantuming to do that. And CIG just recently posted that they are aware of the amount of payout based on the time required to perform these missions. So they're working on that. And let me think, what else? A 3.6 will be coming out fairly soon, right? It's going to be out in June, right? So at the end of June. So that's 3-4 weeks, right? That Evocati is going to be getting it. So I'm anticipating Evocati getting PTU super soon. So, I mean, within a few weeks. And what does that mean? I think that means Microtech. So that'll be a whole nother planet we can go to. And something about Microtech that I noticed was it's not all ice. I thought this planet was supposed to be outside of the green zone, which means it's going to be frozen, right? But they're saying it's not. They're saying that there's trees and stuff on this planet. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. Maybe they've expanded the green zone or made the sun a different sun or something. I'm not sure how they are working that out. But there shouldn't be any life. When I say life, I mean life that we're used to on anything outside the green zone, because that's what the whole idea behind the green zone is. So whatever, I'll have to figure that out, because I haven't really done any like real close research on that to see if it is within the green zone, because it might be. Okay, when that comes out, I'm sure the moons are going to come out with that. Cities are going to come out with that. There's going to be a whole mess more stuff to check out. And yeah, you'll log in, you'll check it out, and you'll log out. That's not what we want. We gotta just the game. Let me try to back up just a second. This organization right now is not about playing the game. That's not what the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron is about. It's not about logging into the game, exploring the planets. That's cool and all. I mean, that's fine for you to do, and I do it. But that's not what the organization is about. The organization is about teaming, teamwork. It's about joining a team with a fellow squadron member and performing tasks, organized tasks like how to strafe, how to joust, how to kite, how to slip, and how to dodge missiles, how to use your sensors, how to mine, how to carry cargo, how to do FPS in a building, how to clear a room. That's what the organization's about. It's not about playing the game. That's not what it. I try to instill this in our members. I know everybody wants to play the game and they're waiting for the game to come out so that they can play it and all that stuff. But if you don't team with other members of the organization, then you don't need to be in the organization. And that's part of what I'm trying to say is, even though we have low membership and we need every one of you, we really need every one of you, we don't need you if you don't do anything. You're just a number at that point. And some people, I'm not going to say what organizations, but there are organizations out there that have thousands and thousands of members, but those members are just numbers. That's just a number. I don't want numbers. I want names. I want to know you. I want to team with you. I want each other to team with each other. I don't want tag-alongs or people that are just coattailing. I don't want that. And if you feel like you've joined this organization just to be a part of something great, but you're not going to participate in it, then leave. We don't want you. All right, guys. Sorry about the delay in the video. It took me a minute to get this out, but I appreciate you being patient with me. And I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Do something for the organization. Catch you next time.